Youth of Purpose,
a program and a show that is here to inspire you and help you get better and by with life as a young person. So my name is Doris, your host, and to help us unpack the conversation from where we stopped last time is an amazing panel of two gentlemen. In just a minute, I'll let them introduce themselves briefly, starting with the person in my immediate left.
A pleasure to be here. My name is Mpuga Rocky Katana, and I'm so happy to be on this program. Thank you for the invitation.
Okay, thank you so much. And to the person in my extreme left, still in just a minute.
Thank you so much, Doris. My name is Ivan Tumkunde, and I'm so glad to be here.
Okay. Thank you so much. We are glad to have you here as well, our dear panelists. And just a quick reminder to the person who could have missed out on the previous episode, we were speaking about purpose. What is purpose? Is it something that is inspired by your talent? Is it bigger than talent and passion? And we are here to discover more about purpose. And just before we head into the next big question about purpose, I would just love to pose a very small question to you, Rocky. In just a sentence, help us to re-explain what purpose is to the young person out there.
Thank you so much, Doris. Purpose to a young person outside there. The reason for your existence and the commitment you have to serving others. What is that one reason to your existence? The meaning, the value that you give out there.
Okay.
Just simply that, according to me.
Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Rocky. You spoke about impact and reason when we speak about purpose. So I hope someone out there has picked what purpose is all about. So starting with Mr. Ivan, there is something that has been in my mind. When we speak about purpose, I met a friend who had thought about being a teacher, okay? So they thought about being a teacher, went and did education, finished at Makerere with their degree, okay?
Yes.
And then after being a teacher, and they're already actually teaching in a certain school, which I won't mention, they sit back and say, but am I really interested in education? And the next week they're thinking about farming in Kabad.
Yes.
So that brings us to a question of, can purpose have different stages? Are there different seasons that shape our purpose? Or is there some one specific purpose that this is one specific thing that you're supposed to do? Can we have different seasons with different purpose?
Purpose doesn't change.
Okay.
It's connected to destiny.
Oh.
Because purpose is about the end. What comes out of whatever you're doing. And you can't say, today I'm going to be having a purpose to do this, then those are just interests.
Goals.
Yes. So you cannot say one time your purpose is to be a teacher, then after like, but is it really being a teacher that I want to do? That comes back to the career, to ask, is this the career that I really want to do? So changing your mind, I think, like we are talking about it as a journey, the means to reach the destiny might be different, and sometimes it might be tiring, it might be boring, that the means you're doing to reach that, either you reach and you're like, but is this the way I have to go about it? So there is a possibility.
Does that mean sometimes we are scared by the challenges that we face and we drift?
Certainly, we are human. We are human, and however much, yes, that the facing of challenges helps us to get better, but sometimes challenges give you a different kind of direction. So sometimes you have to weigh the challenge. Is the challenge just helping you to have that friction to move forward, or is the challenge actually telling you that no, you need to try another way? Sometimes you try so hard and you end up actually crashing. Sure. Yeah, so we need to know when actually the challenge is redirecting us to the correct path.
Does that mean we should pray for signs? I've heard of people praying for signs and they say, God, if I should not do this, show me a purple track. And if they don't see the purple track, they still go that very same path.
Yeah, there is a song by some choir that nkwebaza olw'amakubo gogadde.
Yes, yes.
Olw'essaala zotazzeemu. I thank you for the
unanswered prayers.
Yes, for the unanswered prayers, for the doors closed. Because that's basically redirecting you to the correct path. So yes, it is possible. Someone who wanted so badly to be a teacher, and then they do it for some time and they feel, I don't think this is what I really want to be able to do, or it's not going to take me to where I want to go.
And that's very true. I wanted to be an engineer.
Okay.
I first of all, with aerospace engineering, it changed.
Yeah.
Then I was like electrical engineering. I did electrical engineering. It changed.
Yeah.
Now I'm into the world of speaking. So it is very possible.
And you feel at home there?
I'm so much. I would do it the whole entire day, even if I'm never paid.
So you imagine if you are rigid to say, for me, I'm here, that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You never know. Now you would be mentally unstable.
True.
Yes.
So that you spoke about challenges. We spoke about challenges on the journey, because finding purpose is a journey. It's not a one-time thing. So passing to you, Mr. Rocky Katana, can setbacks reveal someone's purpose, or do they just really redirect you that now that you are stuck here, go find something else to do, or they are actually trying to help you understand that this is a journey, it's not a smooth one, but keep on the right track?
It can be both.
Okay.
When setbacks come, when you're already on your journey, when you've already found your journey, you know, I don't have to back down. I have to rise up and continue.
Okay.
But sometimes, let's look into the example of Paul. Paul the apostle, whereby he knew his purpose was he knew what was doing was the right thing. That was torturing these Christians, because they built was a cult, the Christians by then. And then on his way to Damascus, what happens to him? Light strikes him, and
he has an encounter.
And he has an encounter with Jesus Christ, and there was a total direction. Now you're being taken to the other side, whereby you'll meet someone who will help you, and Christ gives him a different purpose. But how did he get a different purpose? Which he carried on through his life, and at the end of the day he writes the biggest part of the books in the Bible, because it is after getting a challenge he found, maybe we could call it a challenge, maybe called it challenge, but he redirected his life to becoming someone of great impact. So challenges sometimes they can redirect us to that this is not what you're supposed to be taking, you should be taking this direction. And sometimes challenges, if they find you on your way, they solidify, or maybe you learn from them. Because remember, purpose is not an event, it is something that we keep working on every single day. So you keep growing and you keep learning. Someone who says they have found their purpose and they don't need to grow, I don't think they have really found, because you must keep growing every single day. How many books do you read every single day? How many seminars do you attend? Do you have mentors? Because some people have already lived not exactly what you want, but at least there's something, there's nothing new under the sun. Someone else has done that. So are you able to emulate someone else? Can you be able to learn from someone else? So challenges are there. Challenges are there to redirect us. Challenges are there for us to learn from them and grow. But also challenges are there sometimes to stop us from that this is not
going the wrong direction. Yes,
this is the direction you're supposed to take. And it is also true that every single time you meet a challenge that is blocking you from where you're not supposed to be, there will always be an open door if your eyes are open enough to see that open door. Yes.
And that reminds me of something that I read somewhere, Mr. Rocky, that in life you always have to choose. Like, if you choose to marry someone, you'll have the challenges in marriage. If you do not choose to marry, then you have challenges as a single person.
Of not being married.
Yes. So in life, you just have to choose your battle. And once you walk through a certain door, then you must appreciate it, because if you keep looking back, you'll actually miss out on the one that you walked through. And then also for the challenges, you spoke about redirection. I, for one, think that sometimes challenges shape the version of you that actually aligns with your purpose. Okay, just to shift us back into the Bible. Mm-hmm. I am Christian, so when we speak about certain characters in the Bible, mm-hmm. we have someone who was sold out by his brothers. You know who that was? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sold out. When he reaches the land, he becomes someone powerful, and he's there to help the brothers. So imagine all the challenges that he went through, but the purpose was beyond him. It was something to help other people. So sometimes we go through challenges not because we are finding our own purpose, but to impact other people, because we can finally understand what it means to be in their position. Okay, so that brings us to the next big question. When we speak about purpose, Mr. Katanaroki, you as an about you wanting to be a teacher, then pastor, then we went into public speaking somehow, somewhere. So what challenge did you face, and how did it help you to cope up with finding out that you actually want to be a public speaker and reach out to so many souls out there?
One, I think from the beginning, I used to tell myself when I was young that I think around secondary, that I wanted to be two things, to be an engineer and to be a pastor. It's funny and it's interesting. However, along the way, I found out that not really a calling of a pastor, though I don't, if that calling comes, I'll go for it. But I found out that pastors are people who talk to people. People who influence others. Yeah. Because I grew up knowing, because my mzee is a retired pastor, I grew up seeing him on the pulpit and talking to people, having an influence. I was like, I think this is where
I belong.
So when I made a decision to leave electrical engineering to join public speaking, I found challenges. The people who told me, what kind of things are those? Public speaking? What are you going to talk about? And then I discovered that, yes, I need public speaking, but I needed to get something small out of the big thing that I need to concentrate on. Sure. So I looked for a need in the marketplace. And to me, that was every person wants to learn how to sell themselves. Every organization, every company wants someone who can sell their service, someone who can sell their product. So I told myself, I'm going to learn how to sell anything. So I picked out something small, and that was sales. So I concentrated on that. But even up to now, there's some people who may not understand what you are into until your purpose has taken shape. And to me, when does your purpose take shape? When you've started impacting more people. But here, as you begin, people may never believe in you. People may ask you, why did you leave electrical engineering? Why did you leave this field, these kind of professions that we've always
because
known?
They feel they're actually more beneficial and they help you become financially stable.
But I had to take a decision, and I told myself, I need to find out something that I'm passionate about, and then go in. And then and also learn, how do I make, because all of us are looking for money. We all want to be wealthy, we all want to be rich. So I had to look for something, what is that I can do in what I'm passionate about, that can bring an income to me. I had to learn sales. I had to join different companies to sell products, to sell services, so that I learned everything about sales. I had to read about sales. I had to study more about sales. And then after I had done that, I decided now to start helping people how to do that. Now that's why now my purpose starts to align, because I have learned it. Now I can be able to teach it to others.
Okay.
Yes.
That's actually very interesting. So we spoke about purpose as something that you do even when you're not being paid. So to you, Mr. Ivan, if purpose is not paying the bills, should it still be pursued? because I mean you're doing something that you love, but you also need the money. So do we just have to do it alongside career? Do we still have to give it our best even when we do not get, you know?
So I think I need to first make something clear again. Living a life of purpose is not living on remote. You ain't a robot that is programmed.
Voluntary work.
Yes, for voluntary work, or even if actually it was work that is paying. That when you are living a purposeful life, there is this path you don't divert. That's not correct. I mean, this is life. We are human. And that's why, I was listening to Honorable Namboze Bachileke, I think about a week ago, and she was talking about comparing education and then experience in life and people learning. So she was saying in education, you are given exams after learning. They teach you throughout the term, and then they give you exams to see how you are going to perform and learn. Life is different. In life, you do exams first, and then the learning comes after.
Exactly.
You understand? So you're going to get those challenges first, and you're like, oh gosh, I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I should have done this the other way. So you run after the exam.
That actually reminds me of something that is very interesting. Someone once said that life is the most difficult exam. Why? Because you only fail when you try to copy someone else.
Yeah.
You know, these usual exams, you copy, you pass. Now with life, when you try to copy someone else, you're off.
Yeah, but not always that you're off. The problem is copy and paste. But actually the easiest way, the good thing for us who are not the first humans, is that almost like he said, everything you're going to do, there is someone that has done it before. Everything you're going through, someone has gone through that before. And therefore the question is, do you want to first go through that exam, that test, and fail first for you to learn? Or do you want to be able to learn from other people's experiences? Because people have already failed and they've been able to make it. So why go through the same experience? And that's why I like science. With science, when one discovery has been done, you don't have to do the same. You only add on what has been discovered.
When we speak about purpose,
yes,
and
it's not paying.
It's not paying your bills.
Yes.
So should you still pursue it?
That's what I'm trying to say, that it is not going to be set in just one direction, that this is how it's going to be. Because when you ask it that way, that means someone is living every day to day. When you're going to eat breakfast, you're like, is this breakfast in alignment with my purpose? When someone greets you, you're going to respond, am I responding great according to my purpose? So you will find that someone has a calling, like I said in the beginning, to speak life. For example, about me, I'm like, I want to speak life. I want to cause transformation in the lives of young people. And that I do in about 20 different channels. Today I'm here speaking. The next day I'll be somewhere either creating a project that can employ the young people. The next time I will be at an engagement doing ABC. So you will find someone wants to spread the word of God. That doesn't stop you from doing agriculture, for example. You will have your farm and do whatever you're doing. You will have business and do whatever you're doing. But you align all that you are doing to your purpose. You understand what in the end satisfies you, and that's you will see very many companies, CEOs, in the end someone creates a foundation. They do that foundation because now they want to fulfill what gives them that satisfaction, that okay, the impact I'm going to have here, I feel I've helped 100 young people to attain education. I have helped this number of single mothers to be able to support their children, or I've helped to create mindset change in this group of people, and now they are transforming their lives.
Okay.
But again, purpose is not only about what you do to others. It is also about what you do for you. Because sometimes you keep thinking, okay, what have you done for others? And then you think that, yes, that
So
can
it
give you
starts with
satisfaction.
you, enrich before outreach.
Exactly. Because in the end, actually, the benefit comes to you. Yes, the other people have been helped, but for you have gotten that satisfaction.
Yeah.
Which is what I said, that most times it's not tangible. So yes, you can be able to do your purpose even when it's not paying, but that doesn't mean that you'll not be doing other things that will be giving you an income and be able to make a living. And that's why you might have a career that is not working. You might have an activity you want to do, but it's not coming out as you want it. So that doesn't stop you from trying out.
Fulfilling your purpose.
Yes, but in the end, those are actually the means. Like we have passion. Passion cannot be an end to purpose itself, but it helps you to connect the dots to
I
your
think even
purpose.
the money can come in as a mean.
Exactly. Now the working and the resources that you get will enable you actually much to be able to fulfill that purpose. That not limited to the fact that you can only achieve your purpose when you have money.
Okay.
There are different other things you can do towards achieving your purpose in life without even having money. So it's first about you. That thing that you will do, it will fulfill who you think, or actually in a real sense who you were created to be, and the reason you do exist.
Yes.
Can
Okay.
I add something?
Yes, please.
It is very possible through our purposes we can create wealth.
Okay.
Yes,
Help us
because
understand that better.
we need to understand how to enterprise our life purposes. Because if I am teaching young people how to discover their purposes in life, I can go ahead and enterprise. I can go write a booklet.
And you sell so
And
many
you sell-
copies.
Yes.
You can create content
Yes.
on YouTube, on
Yes.
TikTok,
TikTok,
and
yes.
you can advertise through your media. You can. I think the young people need to be taught also entrepreneurship. That's why in school there is an inclusion of entrepreneurship, because we need to learn to enterprise the things we are passionate about.
Sure.
Because there will always be that arm whereby you can be able to enterprise. I was reading a book from, I think it's the Guide to Investment by Robert Kiyosaki. He talks about two things, two missions. There is a spiritual mission and there is a business mission. A spiritual mission is the one which keeps you going. For example, you say, I'm going to be helping 100 young people to get jobs every single year. And it will never stop. You keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Then the business mission is like, in 1 year, I want to make 100 million. So when you hit your 100 million, you don't stop that spiritual mission, because you must keep.
So they move hand in hand.
They must move hand in hand. As we create our spiritual missions, like I'm going to be helping these young people,
Yes.
I'm going to be working with the refugee camp, you also need to set along your business mission. How can I enterprise this?
In the same line.
Yes.
Oh.
I think that's very clear. Monetization of our purpose.
Yes.
And I'll give you an example. Some people are living their purpose. When we're talking about finding your purpose, you don't have to actually first look from outside. The first thing is to confirm is what you're living, your purpose. Because sometimes you're already living it and you're looking for
just
something
don't know.
different. Yeah, you just don't know. So you can first confirm what you're living, if actually that is your purpose. Now, if you get to know at a bit, an early age, then the better. Like I was telling you, even the outside people can help to help you notice that actually
This
these
is
are
what
dots
you're good
connecting
at.
to my purpose. You're a young person and people are telling you, actually you did well when you're emceeing at that function. You're at your primary 7 prom party, and then they tell you, you did well, you spoke well, you spoke like a leader. Okay, some will
And
say you
actually
spoke like a
buy the
politician.
idea.
Like, actually I might be a politician.
Yes.
But then you look back, you also do some evaluation. How have I been helping my friends around? You find that you are the class coordinator. Then you remember that actually something was happening and you're able to put your fellow young people to organize for something. So you connect those dots, and in the end you say, actually I'm a leader, and this is the path that I have to take. You start building it from right there. Being a politician or a leader can be your calling, your passion, but it also pays.
Yeah, true.
When I discovered that my work is to specifically speak life, my purpose is to be able to speak and people feel value to life. Started a long time ago from primary, through news anchoring on assemblies. Same in the secondary schools.
Okay.
You're not around, but when a school wants to compose something, they say, where is Tumkonde?
With the experience.
They look for you, not even with experience, but they know in that line you will
about
participate, you will be in.
Yes.
When you're going, there are competitions and stuff, Tumkonde must be part of the team. And then you get involved in yourself. You get to the university, still align yourself immediately to the people that are in that line. Make sure that the lecturers that are actually going to be able to mentor you, you're so close to them to give you direction. And for me, from primary, I knew that I was going to be in line either within the media, but was a bit confused with law. But it came clear when I got to my A level that actually I wanted to be a journalist. Okay. And I did everything that I was supposed to do in spaces that I was in to be one, recognized as so, that even people were not calling me by name, but by how I introduce myself when I'm anchoring news on assemblies and stuff. And then immediately, what he talked about, you're creating content and stuff, you start from where you're at. Yes. And content brings in money. And today, doing this as a career, but also this is my purpose.
Okay, that is very, very interesting. Now, in just 30 seconds, to you, Rocky, we've spoken about purpose and everything in between, yes? So we seem to find that a life that is meaningful is a life that has purpose.
That's true.
So what are some of the risks involved in living a life, drifting through a life that has no purpose, especially in this young generation?
One, you'll have no direction. If one is not living a purposeful life, you will not have direction.
You're a childless in life.
Yes, you find yourself, you're jumping from one thing to the other, one thing to the other. And then also the other thing is, you'll find that you may not be able to have meaning. As in, there is nothing that you count yourself that you're impacting people with. Because you may, once you don't have something that you're looking unto helping people with, or maybe that fulfills your life, you will have no direction, you will have no meaning. And then also, lastly, I can talk about, you will have no motivation. If you don't have purpose in life, you will have no motivation. You will not have a motivation to wake up every single day.
Sure. Okay, just as we wind up, Mr. Ivan, in just a second or two, to the young person out here who is trying so hard to achieve their purpose, to pursue their purpose and all that, what should be their first step towards clarity and direction? He said a life without purpose is directionless. So what should be their first step towards clarity and direction?
First of all, I want to mention that the most dangerous thing for you to live is a life without purpose. And I think you've seen people who, when they get challenges in life, they start questioning their existence.
Yes.
Someone says, so why am I even here? How is life even meaningful? It doesn't make any value of you understand. They start not seeing the value in them. So today, start by looking at those things that you do and you feel that's where you belong. And that's to do with the passion, the things that you like to do, and actually what fulfills you as a person, and then break them into what you do in day-to-day life.
Okay.
Block by block, you'll be able to find your purpose.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been a very, very wonderful session. Thank you so much, our dear panelists and the entire production team behind the cameras, ensuring that we have this amazing show running every Saturday at 2:30 p.m. To the young person out there, remember that the greatest tragedy is not in dying, but rather living a life that never discovers why it exists. Remember to keep becoming, keep focused, and keep choosing purpose. Until next time.
Youth of Purpose.